go over these classes this time around is because it's more for people who are more into Sikhi, but I think when we look at around at just society, Gursikh society, it's pretty bad state. Generally there's a few reasons for that, and every day the Bhai Gurdas Ji tells us Pichal Rati Jagana Naam Dan Ishnan Dridai. When you wake up at Amrit Vela, for every Gursikh, is essential. Amrit Vela Jagana Pichal Rat, which is essential for Gursikh. Bhai Gurdas says in that time, Naam Dan te Ishnan Drid hunda hai. In other words, that's where it becomes, it forms there, so that you can utilize that through your day. Now, if our Amritullah and our Nitnem is bad, and it's not a very good quality, everyone does Nitnem. After a bit, Nitnem starts becoming like Nitnem, quickly get it done. And that becomes more and more ineffective. And as that becomes more and more ineffective, your mind gets his way. When mind starts getting his way, then the problems start. So the problems are all internal or external stimulators from there. Externally there's things coming from outside, but it's inside that the problem is. There's no problem outside. You can overcome virtually anything that's happening outside if the inside is teak. That's the main message of Sikhi, the main message of Gurmat. Now, the problem is, in our day-to-day routine, going inside doesn't really happen that much. Kavari, our Simran is outwards, our Kirtan is outwards, Sada Nitnem is outwards, and our Sangat is generally outwards as well. Guruji, when we sit in Sangat, Simran, when we're doing Simran in Sangat, when you're going to Gurdwara, when we're doing our Nitnem, even that Sangat as well, Guruna Sangat, even Asli with the body, Guru Bhai Gurdas says, Ek Sikh, Do Saad Sang, Panchi Parameshwar. If you get Ek Sikh Hunda, Do Saad Sangat. So you don't need 50 people to make a Saad Sangat, you need 2. If you get 5, Bhai Gurdas says 5 ho jan, that's Vaheguru, Panchi Parameshwar, Panchavich Parameshwara. That's 5 good Gursikh hon, Parameshwara. Now, when we say Sangat, that's the main thing. When we're sitting in Sangat and we do Kirtan and that kind of thing, Utte, Parameshwar is very close there. It's very close, as long as, we're not, our attitude ain't Jor, our attitude na hove Utte. As long as the Suchni thinking is the same, Utte Parameshwara. It's very, very close. Now, Bhai Gurdas says, Das Biti, if you get Das Biti Sikh hon, he goes, it's Agam Agadya. He goes, I can't explain to you what it is. Panch is Parameshwar, Das Biti, he goes, I can't tell you what that means. Problem is, when I see Das Biti, when there's Das Biti, 30 here, 30, if with 30, then it should be unbelievable. The problem is, so the quality of our Sikh is not that good, So that is to increase those. So we've talked about different topics. We've talked about gratitude at the start of it. Every day, we get things from Vaheguru, we don't care about them. He's given us everything, sort of health, we've got a health, we've got a body, we've got our rishtedariyan, we've got our jobs, we've got money, we've got everything, we've got soniya cheejan. But we forget all about those. He says we want that other one. By forgetting those, we become ungrateful. In Gurbani, which oda lafz hega akirtakan. And whenever you hear akirtakan, that's what that means. It means someone who's got everything but is ungrateful for them, just looking for the next thing. And that in Gurmat is asa mansa. Hope, the desire, our hope and desire is going so mad, it's gone so loopy, we forget them. So that's where we started on that one. If we start having our gratitude, getting our gratitude back, automatically there'll be change. Second cheat, we went towards like ego. Then we went towards man, chit, buddha. What's mind made up of? Then there's truth. We covered truth. But what is a truthful person? Truthful person isn't just someone who speaks the truth. When we look at Gurbani, Guruji saying, Sachata par jani ja hriday sacha hoye, kood ki man utre tan kare chhatto hai. Guruji says that if you to understand what Sach is, one is Ishnan, to bathe in the truth. That's Sach. Sach is to have pyar for Naam. But Sach one of the main elements of such is to try and find God inside. Now that's the thing, in our day-to-day routine, we got nothing that's going inwards. So this is why we have to align ourselves to start doing andar dhyan. So that's where we were there. Last week we covered what is the thing that makes Waheguru happy. And we started off saying, when we look at Waheguru, what is Waheguru? And we went through this survey here. This is an American survey that happened, and when they asked the Americans, it broke down into 4 things. Some people said Waheguru is authoritarian. He just sits there and says, you've got these rules, if you don't follow them, you've had it. The other people, they were saying he's benevolent. He's kind all the time. It doesn't matter, you're a sinner, you're this, that, he's always kind to you. The third section said he's just critical. He just looks at you and he goes, okay, you're doing A, B, C, like, oh, you've done this, you've done that, but he's all critical of you, says you're not like him. The 4th section was saying he's distant. In other words, udura. He's so far away. He's made this planet and he's gone far away. That's their American society's understanding of Waheguru. Na? So when we went through it last week, we tried to understand what's Waheguru's personality. When we Gurbani padhde hain, there's shabd anda pe so har purkh agam hai ko kit bid paiye. Guruji says, oh agam hai. He can't ਉਹਦਾ ਲਿਮਿਟ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਾ ਸਕਦੇ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਪਾ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਸਕਦੇ ਫਿਰ ਵੀ ਖਾਣੇ में ਤੇ ਸਰੂਪ ਨਾਰੇਕ ਅਦ੍ਰਿਸ਼ਟ ਉਹ ਜਨ ਕਿਉਂ ਤੇ ਆਈ ਹੈ because ਉਹਦਾ ਰੂਪ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗਾ we can't describe it. He's adrisht, he can't be seen by these eyes, because how, Guru's asking, how can you meditate on him then if you can't see him? But Guruji ends that body or slok Guru pure ve khalya gur seva paiye. Je Guru di seva kiti, then you could start finding him. He starts coming closer and closer. So what we went through last week was what's the Bani. When we asked this question anyway, what did we think he was? Is he authoritative to us? Is he benevolent? Is he critical? Is he distant? When we find out, when we go through Bani, what Bani's saying, Gurbani is saying that, sorry, I haven't got the font from here, but he's not won over by music, songs, Ved. We went through that chapter. Na pijje ragi na di Ved, na pijje. Guru said he's not attainable through all these things. He ishnan karde tirtha de jaake, all these things. He's not attainable through that. Nanak pijje sache na. Guruji ends it. It's only his naam that makes him happy. And loving Sad Sangat. So let me just go to the final slide. I'm not going to go over the whole Bani again. But when we talked about pleasing God, to understand his personality, Waheguru nu ek chੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਲੱਗਦੀਆਂ ਸੋਹਣੀਆਂ ਲੱਗਦੀਆਂ loving his saintly Sikh Sangat, seeing him close all the time. ਇਹ ਬਹੁਤ ਵੱਡਾ ਗੁਣ ਆ. If we can say Waheguru's there, if you can majority of your day you can say Waheguru's there, then your personality changes. Sing his praises, mind, body and devotion. When it's time to do our part, when it's time to do our kirtan, when it's time to listen to it, when it's time to do Simran, to do it with full devotion, Waheguru Guru gets very happy with that. No? Pleasing to the Guru. Remember, to please Waheguru, you have to please the Guru. Otherwise it is not possible. Waheguru nu pauna impossible without pleasing the Guru. That's the Gurbani very clear about that. The Guru to bagair o vichola, har dargah ka basit. And Guru nu, if you want to make Guru happy, Guru Gobind Singh Ji told us the rules. The rule are mere. If follow kar loge, thodi te mere bakshish. You don't follow them, you don't get nothing. So Waheguru don't try and find him somewhere else. Be jab lag khalsa rahe niyara, tab lag tej diyo mein sara, jabe gaye bipran ki reet main na karo inki prati. Guru is made very clear. Because when you start doing Bamana the kam, when we start doing all this kam, the jiri pujari karte si and putte kam si, you don't expect my prati then. My bakshish will be. So we have to please the Guru. We have to give up our evil mind, which sara evil hai. Just evil is. And the things going in there, the Panchadut working all the time, Guru is saying you have to do that, and coming to his sanctuary. These are the 6 things that we summarized. So they're the things that make him happy. So in there was no thing about authoritarian or critical or distant or whatever. It was Guruji saying, "Hey, Gurumate Sula." If we live by those, Waheguru is nearby. And when we summarized it, when we talk about Gurbani, Guruji saying, "Man tu jot swarup hai apna mool pashan." So Guruji is saying your mind and Waheguru is actually the same thing. It's just there's an ego aspect to our mind, and that destroys all the other aspects of it. And that's what we what were we covering? So we were asking where are we falling short on those things. So we said we don't really have respect for Sikh Sangat, although the time pass wali gala is samajhde hain. Secondly, do we seem close all the time? Not really. As soon as there's a chance to say, right, what can my mind do and do chanchal and get away with it, we do that. Sing his praises, mind, body and devotion. Or the boring ho jandi cheez when we're sitting there. Be pleasing to the Guru. Jida Guru ji kehde vi jagur ke utho mere pai beh jaye usal bagalare. He is that jado because when Guru says utho hon, he says we bagale wangu beh jande asi. That's what it is. We're not pleased. We don't try to please Guru. Giving up our evil, but there's so many things there. That's we covered a lot of them. And coming to his sanctuary. Now, odi sharan vich Vaheguru di sharan vich aana, that's is ultimate way of ego to be destroyed. Sharan vich aana, staying in his sharan. And we went over this shout, Besanta ki Udasri, Jara Sikri, all those things that we found, and all the Pankti of Baniya on the Bani was all actually summarized in this shout as well. So then we went over Bhagat Lochan and Bhagat Namdev and how what Vaheguru regards as his Pyara Sikh and how he gives darshan to them.